Patch me up, make me feel alive. Pain and stress no longer thrive. In a world so heavy and strong, Hercules, help me move along. iPatches take my pain away. In this crazy world, I find my way. Stress and worry start to fade. With these little helpers, I'm okay. In the night when I can't sleep, anxiety runs fast so deep. Stick it on and find some peace. iPatches give my mind release. iPatches take my pain away. In this crazy world, I find my way. Stress and worry start to fade. With these little helpers, I'm okay.
Hatch me up and make me feel good. Welcome to LYN Live. Oh my gosh, that stands for Live Younger Now, and that is absolutely what we're doing with these. And tonight we're patching ourselves up with the high frequency iPatches, bioenergetic discs that Sally and Adam, by the way, Donald, Adam is here somewhere. Can you let him on as a panelist, please? So we have Dr. Marcia and I are going to be kind of moderating this. And then we have Sally and Adam who will answer most of your questions. And we're going to ask everybody out there that has, and Cher, I saw you come on. Everybody out there that has amazing iPatch stories, please come on and tell those. So these are questions and testimonials.
I'm not seeing Adam.
Well, he's trying to get on. So keep looking for him. They're traveling, so
Yeah, he might be having trouble.
yeah. Well, the women can do it all. So, Dr. Marcia, I want to just start with you and ask you why you're excited about the eye patches. What have they done for you and your family and your team?
Thank you so much, Kare. Thanks for inviting me here tonight. I'm very excited to be here with you and Sally. I really love the eye patches. I call them, we call them frequency discs because it sounds kind of fancy. So my frequency discs that adjust my frequencies. But just to let you know, I'm not playing. Look, bam, I got my disc on. This
You
is how I
do.
roll. That's how I roll. Okay. So, but the disc have done amazing things for me. I started off because I had a bit of a hip issue. So I started off just using the pain and inflammation in a joint patch. And do you know that it cleared it up? I was really amazed because I had been having like going to the chiropractor type of issues to get adjusted on a regular basis. And he had given me some exercises to do, but every 3 or 4 months, I got to go right back to the chiropractor. But I haven't really been since I started using the frequency discs. And now I must say, since I really started using them, really started using them probably like last October, after we had our event in October. I got more serious about the discs. And I'll tell you that is not even one I wear anymore. I don't even really wear the joint pain at all anymore. Um, I just don't need it. So I find the ones I was showing you, I love that mental clarity. Love that. I find that it really does allow me to think more clear. Find I have good ideas, come up with stuff, solve problems. That's good. I really love the female vibe as well. I keep that on all the time because I'm of a certain age, and it just helps. It helps with some night sweats, and it helps with just some other female stuff as well. So we like the female vibe is excellent. But I really also I generally try to keep on a electronic chatter. Sally said it was the Mac Daddy of them all. And we're always on the computer. You got a TV going, you got an iPad going, I'm on the phone, and I got these big towers back of my home. So I started wearing that as well. I find that they all really work together, but what I really love about it, when I really started getting into it, I really love the idea of raising your frequency, adjusting your frequency. I totally get into raising your vibe. I've always said that, um, people who vibrate low energy type, slow, kind of low energy, the low income. That's what I find. And so this is a way to raise your frequency, um, vibrate higher. I have always said that higher vibrations attract more currency, income. So that's another reason why I think it's very important to adjust your frequency and make sure that you are that you're thinking clearer, that you have more energy, that you yourself are vibrating higher. And that's really what I recommend to people. It's really changed our lives because it has given us something that we can talk with people right away and they can experience um, a change in about 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. So I'm a big fan of the frequency discs.
Thank you for that. And Sally, we might have people on here now that haven't used them yet and really don't know what these are. Can you give us just a little overview before we start opening up for questions? What are
Sure.
these frequency discs?
Well, their frequency. They actually are two layers. The bottom layer is a Band-Aid type material, and the top layer is a holographic disc that has a substrate in it that holds the frequency. The bottom layer is made to adhere to skin. It's hypoallergenic, latex free, so it's really good for all skin types and very sensitive skin. And that's just a mode to put it on. The what works in the patch is the actual disc part, and that's the part that needs to be just in your energy field. It can be, adhere to your skin. You can turn them over, tape them on. Some women like to put them on the inside of their bra, just wherever it works. And they come in a package of 10. So when you order a package, you get 10 of them. That's a month's supply, and you change them every 3 days or 72 hours. So they're extremely convenient. Their Kare has one. You don't have to take them multiple times a day or change them every day. So it makes it really nice. You can use them on little kids. You can use them on elderly. Just about anybody can benefit from using them. So they're just really nice because the frequency goes into your energy field or your aura, and then your body can pick and choose at any given time what frequencies it wants to utilize. So it really is something that can be fine-tuned to each individual person as your body wants the frequency. And that's just really something special that you don't see with a lot of other products that, when you take it, if you take a supplement or something, then you're just taking what it has, where these, you can really fine tune them and you don't know what your body might need, but your body knows. So that's why I believe they work so well, is because they really just are frequencies. So they're gentle. They're just helping to rebuild the body and bring it back into homeostasis by supporting it with good frequencies.
Awesome. And we got Adam here. Yay. Hello, Adam. Can you unmute yourself? Do you have anything you want to add to Sally's description?
Yeah. No, she did a really good job. I only heard the last part of it.
Oh,
The only thing I would add is that it's the patch itself comes in two layers, and the bottom layer is a Band-Aid type material, so it's made to specifically adhere to human skin. It's hypoallergenic, it's latex free. 99.99% of people do not have any reactions to it, so it's safe for anybody to use. We've used them on our parents, we've used them on our grandkids when they were hours old. So when you do that, by the way, you put it on the outside of the onesie. You don't even try to put it on a newborn skin. So you, like Sally said, you place them on the left side, and you every 3 days you exchange them. So it's a great modality, is what it is. It's just a fantastic way to introduce these great frequencies to your body.
you know, Nikola Tesla says, you want to understand anything, it's frequency, energy, and vibration. And that's what we got with
Amen.
these. That's it. And when I first heard we were going to come out with patches, I mean, I've tried all the other ones, and yeah, I wasn't excited about getting patches until I ordered some and tried them and went, holy moly, these are not like anything else. And one of the major reasons they're not like anything else is they have all the frequencies of iHercules. The top molecules from 44 of the most powerful plants on the planet. Nobody can duplicate that. And then frequencies that ground EMFs from your cell phones and computers and 5G towers. I love them too. I'm like Dr. Marcia, whose name on there says Dr. James, by the way. She's
That's
not.
funny.
I started using them originally. I've tried to, get all of them so I could see what they did. And the very first time I used one, I was driving with my son Joshua up to Nashville, and it's a 14-hour drive. And I never would need an energy patch because I've been using iHercules for almost 6 years now. So I've got plenty of energy because I've got clean pipes, open pipes. But we left at 4 a.m. and by like 9 o'clock, we were both yawning. And Josh is going, you got to keep me awake, Mom. And I'm going, you got to keep me awake, Josh. And then I remembered I had patches in my purse and I had all of them because we were going to do a workshop. And I put an energy patch on him and one on me. And within 10 minutes, we looked at each other and went, do you feel that? And we were safe to drive the whole rest of the way and alert. And it was just like, wow, these work. They work almost immediately. Now, I've been seeing, oh my gosh, we've got a whole bunch of things in the chat, questions. And I want to start with a few questions, but then I want to bring it back to please share with us some of your stories. And just if you raise your hand on the bottom line, there's a little heart-shaped thing. If you click on that, that will raise your hand, and then Donald will let you come in. And there's Ron already. Just like that. Okay, Ron, why don't you come tell us your story? Unmute yourself, hon. Ron.
Yeah, I'm here. Kind of
Okay.
did that by accident, but I just want to tell you I'm a former athlete, and I have had chronic joint pain because of the injuries. Both of my ankles have been fractured. I've had a knee injury, Achilles tendons tear, a broken wrist, foot surgery and a partridge in a pear tree. We'd be on here all night if I told you all the injuries that I had. However, since I've been using the product, I can tell you that I have absolutely no more pain. And to the point that even now, if I go work out, I don't get pain from your normal lactic buildup in your muscles and stuff like that. I don't get that anymore. And to have been suffering like I've been suffering for decades with the chronic joint pain, I had two major back injuries. To be able to get up and move around and just feel normal is absolutely incredible.
So which patches are you using, Ron?
The pain and inflammation patch is
It's a major one that's doing it.
right.
Awesome. Well, with all of those injuries and no pain, that's pretty remarkable.
That's
Thank you
absolutely fantastic.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
There's a question is, which eye patch would be good if blood pressure is elevated and high?
Sally, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
She's thinking.
Yeah. There isn't one specifically for blood pressure, but I would say a lot of them would be a good choice because they have the frequencies of Hercules in there. But I think I would try the detox, the going viral, and the IRV 86 and the pain and inflammation. Because you want to hit the inflammation because sometimes that can cause the high blood pressure. Toxins can do it. So, the detox would be good. The IRV helps with your alkalinity and anti-aging and has the frequencies of iRevive in it. So that would be a really good one. So those are the recommendations I would have.
I would also add stress and anxiety to that list.
I agree.
That's a good one too.
Yep, absolutely. I'm so glad you're on because when people ask me, oh, by the way, I wanted to say to everybody in the back office, in your back office, we have these sheets that have all of the eye patches and what's in them, what frequencies are in them. So instead of having, going through all of that with you on these, we want to do the testimonials and the questions while we've got Sally and Adam here. And these are also in Dr. Marcia, what Dr. James said they were also someplace else.
They're in healthydefenseglobal.com.
Healthy Defense Global,
Global.
and also in NuXtrax back office.
Correct. Actually, if you go to Healthy Defense Global, if you go in there and click on the products, they have a list of every single patch. They have all our notes from when we talk about every single patch. So everything that Sally talks about when she goes through the patches is there. There's also a clip of Sally and I talking about that specific patch. And I believe, if I'm correct, of testimonies on that particular patch. So that's a great place to go if you want to find out. Dr. James and Marcia have done a wonderful job with that. And thank you very much, guys.
Well, also, too, there are multiple languages on healthydefenseglobal.com. So if Spanish or whatever, they're in different languages as well.
Super.
Yeah. Apparently, you have Sally and I speaking Spanish. I still haven't gone over there to see that. That's going to be funny.
I love it. Josh did that for me for a bunch of my programs. And I mean, I speak Russian fluently now, and
I only wanted to be multilingual.
Yeah. We've got Melissa here with her hand up. Do you have a testimonial?
It's real quick. Somebody's asking for that site again. It's healthydefenseglobal.com. Sorry to interrupt there, Karen.
Not a problem. Melissa, can you unmute yourself?
I sure can, Kare. Hi, everyone. So
Good
I
evening.
love these patches. I am a patch girl. I've been on these patches for almost 4 months now. I wear 4 of them at a time. So I love the Women's Vibe patch. It has helped me so much with hormone control. I no longer have hot flashes and night sweats. My mood is like very nice and calm because I've tried other things like synthetic medications. I've tried bioidentical pellets, and I always felt like I was on extremes with those. With this, I just feel like a really nice, even keel. I sleep really well at night with them. I've not had any hot flashes or night sweats. My skin is doing amazing with this, so I love it. I also use the electronic chatter patch. I cannot go a day without that patch because I'm around so many electronics, multiple computers and cell phones. And if I don't wear one of those, I get this kind of buzzy feeling and then I feel exhausted. But I love it. Plus, I can go outside and not have to wear a jacket and go for a walk and not get bitten by the bugs. So I swear by that stuff. I also use the Going Viral patch because I've been dealing with some ongoing mold issues. And it's helped to actually open my lymphatic system. And so I've actually been draining all that crap out of my body, and it feels amazing. And it's helping to protect me because I'm still having to deal with the mold issue. So actually, that's been incredible too. I've done the IRV 86 patch. Um, I love that one. I can't say enough good things about these patches. I even use
But
the
you
Leafy
you
patch
just
too.
had um shingles with no pain.
Yeah,
And that
yes,
probably has a lot to do with the IRV 86 patch.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's been incredible how I'm able to like really purge all this junk from my system and I feel really good. I just love it. And I love the Sleepies patch because I have like really deep, vivid dreams that I can remember what I actually dreamt about the next day. It's incredible. And even the pain and inflammation patch. I'm very sensitive to pain medicines. And if I have an issue where my back is bothering me or I've kind of overdone something, I can throw one of those on. I've even used the pain and inflammation patch on my daughter's dog, and it's been amazing. I love these patches. I've tried 10 out of 16 of them now.
Keep going. And we got more coming. So
Oh, awesome. I'm excited.
I know
That's
me
a
too.
great testimonial. And can I just recommend that you try the detox and cleanse also to really help to cleanse all of the toxins out of your system. It helps with heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, and just really helps your body to cleanse. So I would add that one too to all that you're
I might
doing. But
have to
that's
add that because
wonderful.
I was gonna do the thyroid. I have the thyroid patch because, it's interesting. I did a whole bunch of labs and living with mold, I don't have any elevations in my labs that I normally would see um, having mold exposure. And so I know this is really doing an awesome job. So, but I have 4 patches on, so I don't know if I want to hit 5. I think, I don't know. Do you think that would be too much?
No, we had a
No.
lady once that wore 13. So I think it's
Oh
a personal
my.
choice.
I wear like
Okay, well,
5 or 6. I've got on
Yeah.
4 on my
oh,
arm, but I've got like another one tucked away over here. Yeah, I got on like
great. Then
6.
I'll just look like a spotted leopard. I love it.
I
Yeah.
have on 4.
You'll be a walking billboard for your business.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Great. Then I'll try it. Thank you.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Thanks for the
Thanks,
testimonial.
Melissa. Yeah. We've had a whole bunch of questions come in. Somebody's asking, how do you use the one for sleep?
That one you put under your pillow. You can just cut it off and throw it under your pillow, and then it lasts for 6 nights because you're not sleeping in your bed all the time. And then that one, so when you buy a supply, it's actually for 2 people a month supply, but you just put it in your pillow and forget about it and just let it help you to, relax, to fall asleep, to get into all those deep REMs of sleep and just sleep away.
Sally, I've been sticking them on my pillow.
We can do that.
So I can see them because I have a tendency to forget, and then I change pillows around. It's just easier for me to know where I'm
Yeah.
visual.
There's no wrong way. I mean, some people stick them on their mattress. There really isn't a wrong way to do it as long as they're someplace that you're going to be touching, like your pillow or
Well, and
your,
little children, it's really good to just stick it on their bed.
yeah.
Yep.
We have we've got a couple of little boys, 4 and 5, who got big boy beds and didn't want to stay in them then. And the sleep patch is really good for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And let me just address, I with the lady that asked, how many she could wear. Let me just go over that real quick. There really isn't a magic number. It's really how many that you feel is okay. And sometimes it's the more the merrier. Sometimes you want to keep it at a few. But also you can put one on when you put them on. You always want to put the first one on your upper left side of your body. If you want a second one, you can either put it like if you have an injury on the injury or on the upper right side of the body. We don't recommend cutting the patches in half. If you feel, I would try it on the upper left side. And if you still feel that that's too much, then I would just put one on the right side. The left side is our receiving side. The right side is the giving side. So if you only place one on the right side, you're only going to get about 80% of the benefit, where you're going to get 100% on the left side. So if you're trying to lessen the frequency because you're super sensitive, one on the right side or really close to your waist. You just want to make sure it's not where clothes are going to rub it off. You can swim with them, shower with them. They just need to be on clean, dry skin. And really, most of the time, the only thing that takes them off is if you have some place where you're rubbing it against your clothes that they come off. Otherwise, they stick really well. If you're going to wear multiple patches, you want to place them next to each other, not on top of each other. But say, you're going to wear 4 or 5, you put them all on the upper left side of the body. They got, lots of area there. So just as long as they're next to each other, not overlapping, they're fine. So that might answer a few questions.
I have a question. I have 4 on one side, and then I hurt my shoulder lifting weights. And so I put a pain and inflammation patch right where it hurts. Is that
Mhm.
wrong? Am I only
No,
getting
that's good.
80% of it if I put it like
Yeah,
that?
the best
But,
way
but
to
you,
do it is to put one on your upper left side and then put one on the right side right on that injury. Then you're going to get about 125% of the benefit. So you're going to get even more.
Gotcha. So use 2 of the same ones.
Yes.
yes.
All right. Any other testimonials? Any other hands up? I use mine on my dog. And my dog is crazy around storms and fireworks and just gets so upset. And I just take a stress and anxiety patch and I put it on the left side of her collar, wrap a piece of tape around it so that it stays there and she doesn't, scratch it off. And she just lays down and goes to sleep. And that is such a godsend. Because she's 80 pounds and won't get off my lap and sits there and shakes, after like 10 minutes, she'll just yawn, lay down, and go to sleep. So I love that for Chloe. And we've got Kimberly.
Hi, friends. Thank
Hi
you
there.
for these wonderful patches. I'm loving that. I have a library of them. I don't have tons of books, but I'm starting to have tons of patches. Sleeves of patches. I wanted to share that I'm excited. The joint pain. I have one on each side, and it's really changed the feeling, the sensations of pain in my body over the last 2 days. I've had them on, so they actually work even more profoundly for me than the pain and inflammation. So I'm super grateful that I got to try them, and also the women's vibe has absolutely saved my life, and I get to sleep through the night without drenching my whole entire bed. And like Melissa was saying, just the hormones being in balance again. And so I'm super grateful for those. I love the electric chatter as well. And today my dad was over helping me, and it's really the first thing he's ever let me do for him. He just is very never will say yes to any of the stuff that I do, and I've been doing amazing things for so long. And so I put the pain and inflammation on both sides of him and the joint pain on both sides of him. The list is too long of why he needs it, but I'm just praying that he feels even a little something, because I'll just keep sending them to him. So I'm excited for that story as well. So thank you all so much for these.
That's
You're
great.
welcome.
Another thing you can do is if he doesn't like them and you feel comfortable doing it, you can go put him on his mattress, and then he'll at least get the frequencies while he's in bed. And then, when he feels better, you can say, "Hey, I did this to you."
No, he's good that he let me put him on him today. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, it's great. I'm super, super hopeful. So
Well, good.
yeah, thank you.
We have a whole bunch of questions here
Let's go.
on this side. So let's look at a couple of them. What patch would you use for melasma?
I would use the IRV 86 because of the alkaline balance in it. I would also use the and it also helps, with skin and anti-aging and that type of thing. So I think that would be really good. And then the going viral and also the detox and cleanse. I would recommend all three of those.
Somebody was asking, would the electronic chatter work if you placed it on your phone, thinking for a teenager?
It would. I'm not sure exactly how long it would last because the phone has so much EMF to it, but yeah, you can do that. It would, the better thing to do is to put it on them, but if they won't do that, then the phone is obviously the next best thing. Another suggestion would be you could also put it on their bed, so when their phone was next to them while they were sleeping, they would get a little bit of protection too.
Which patches would you recommend for COPD and Lyme's disease?
For COPD, I would recommend the detox and cleanse, the pain and inflammation, because you really want to help with the inflammation, and the detox and cleanse will help to detox out some of the toxins that are in the lungs, and then also the going viral. And then for Lyme's, I would recommend the pain and inflammation, the going viral, and the IRV 86.
Any other testimonials? Oh, Cher, come on and give us a crazy animal one.
And another one, Kare, you might want to try the electronic chatter on your dog too when there's a storm, because of all of the electricity, that comes around with the lightning. You might find it gives them a little bit more benefit too if you felt that your dog needed it.
Interesting, yeah. I'm having a hard time talking and trying to read all of these at the same time. Cher, are you there? Can you come on and give a testimonial? Adam, can you help me read these?
Well, there's one that says, if you stop wearing them, do your symptoms come back even after they go away completely?
The rule of thumb with the patches is you want to wear them for a minimum of 3 months, and then you want to wear them for 1 month for every year that you've had the illness. Usually you can wear them. I can't say for certain because this would be a diagnosis, but I can tell you we've had a lot of experience with people that wear them for an extended period of time, and then they can kind of go into a maintenance dose. So for instance, if you were going to do the female hormone patch, the Vibe for Women, you can wear that when maybe you need it for 6 or 8 months, and then you notice, oh, when I don't wear it, my symptoms don't come back. So you could either do 1 patch a week. You could do, 2 a month. You do them every couple of months, do a month off and a month on. So just kind of depends on what you feel, but they're designed with really good frequencies to help naturally stimulate the body to do what it already knows how to do. So once you're correcting a change in it by the frequencies, it takes longer and longer for it to go back to that. So you can get a lot of relief without having to wear them. But for instance, Adam wears the joint patch, and he wore it for a long time because of his knees, and then he didn't need it, and now he'll only wear it like if he's walking around on cement all day. If we're outside and he's walking, then he'll wear it. So he wears it a few times a year, so it really can go down, but it's just depends on how long you've had the issue and what exactly is going on. But it's not something that, okay, my pain's going to come back if I don't keep this pain patch on the rest of my life.
And
Yeah,
I
and
can
that's
attest to that as well. I can attest to that.
Oh, Marcia?
Did we lose her?
Nope. Yeah, you're muted. Unmute.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yep.
These keep switching around. Are you
Yeah.
noticing that too?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I was just going to say that happened to me. I started off with the joint pain and the pain and inflammation because of a hip issue. And I wore that religiously for probably about 3 or 4 months. And then here lately, I just wear it as needed, which is usually maybe once or twice a month. And I just noticed every time that it was getting less and less and less. It took about 6 months or so before I'm, not wearing it nearly like I was at the very beginning. But that did happen to me, that I started off wearing it religiously. Now I just wear it sometimes. And I'm hoping one day I won't have to wear it at all.
Yeah, and that's one of the big differences between the patches and like a drug or something. I mean, I always feel when they try to put me on an actual prescription that that the doctor's telling me that you're gonna have to use this prescription for the rest of your life, and we're the opposite. What we're trying to do is get to the root, right? That's the whole purpose of this, is for your body to be in homeostasis. So God created each and every one of us and each and every cell that we have in perfection. And our body and our cells know what they're supposed to do. They know how to act. And that's what the patch is really doing, is reminding your body, hey, you know how to do this. Just do it. And the more you wear the patch, the stronger that your body gets again, or that particular portion of it. And then after a while, you don't have to you don't necessarily have to wear it. And somebody asked, and this was about 5 minutes ago, if you had to wear the patch, I'm sorry, if you could wear more than one patch of one kind, and yeah, you can wear multiple patches, and they don't have to be the same kind. You can wear 4 or 5 of them.
Cher's here. Hey, Cher.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi there.
So give us some of your crazy animal testimonials with patches.
Well, we have some great ones. I think the most weird, I don't know where the camera is, so I'm not going to worry about it. We can put it on a fish tank. And when you put it on a fish tank, the frequency goes through the glass and heals the fish in the aquarium. And we had a 25-year-old fish that was wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and healed in about almost 2 months. It took to heal a tumor on a 25-year-old goldfish. And
Wow.
of course, the horses do fabulous. You put it right on the bridle of the horse, and they calm down stress and anxiety for horses, performance horses. They calm down, they're relaxed. And one of my clients won first prize. And I had a boa constrictor that they wanted to mate, and she was just freaking out because the boa was so big and she would not let him near her. But stress and anxiety, she relaxed, and they had about 15 baby snakes. Adorable, just adorable.
If you say so.
I love snakes. I can't help myself.
Thank you, Cher.
You're welcome.
You can do anything with these patches. I mean, they are so amazing. And we've got such a variety that, I mean, even if we never had any new ones, we got enough. But we've got some new ones coming on at some point in time. So is there anybody else that wants to give a testimonial? In the meantime, we've got a whole bunch of more questions.
Yeah, I saw someone just ask about PCOS. That one, what patches you should wear. I'd say the Vibe for Women, the pain and inflammation, and the going viral. Those are the ones that I would recommend. And I'd probably even add in the IRV 86 for that.
And so,
Several.
somebody asked about the big C. You want to take that one on?
Yeah, that one I would wear going viral, detox and cleanse, and pain and inflammation in the IRV 86. Those would be my recommendations. If it was me, that's what I would do. And I wear a lot of those all the time just so I never have to hear that word in my family ever.
Amen. Can a patch be taken off and reapplied? Would it still work?
No. It'll work, but the adhesive on the bottom layer is made to be applied once. So once you take it off, it takes tiny bits of your skin cells, so it's really hard for it to stick back on. If you do that, I would suggest that you use a Band-Aid or some other kind of tape to tape it back on your body.
Or if you're a woman, and just stick it in your bra and it'll stay there. Yep.
But they're really recommended. I mean, the energy, I could see taking that one on and off. The rest of them, I would really recommend that you just put them on and wear them, because you're going to get greater benefits than taking them on and off.
There's only two that you take on and off, or that you use off your body. One is the sleep patch. The other is energy, which you don't want to use the energy patch and try to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So that one you can.
What we suggest with the energy patch is that you cut the sleeve, so you don't cut the patch out. You cut it out of the sleeve that it's in, the white one, and then you put it in your shirt pocket, or you take it off and put it on a business card. Either one. And
put that in your shirt pocket.
Yeah. These are the only patches that I've ever heard that just need to be in your energy field.
Yep.
And one of the other things,
it's non-transdermal. It's not like a nicotine patch. There's no drugs or anything in it that go from the patch through your skin into your system. It's just frequency. So it doesn't have to be touching you. It just has to be in your aura, in your energy field.
Yep. So do you see more questions? I don't see very many of them. Sorry.
Boy, there's a lot of them. And Melissa has her hand back up.
And somebody's asking if the frequencies go away after 3 days. The short answer is no. The actual answer would be, if you think of a bell-shaped curve, from 1 to 3 days, you're basically at 100%. So after 3 days, it starts to wean. So I know a lot of people that open on for a couple of days. If there's just 1 or 2, they keep the paint patch on or something, and they put a second paint patch on after 3 days, and then a couple of days later they'll take the old one off.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
And then I still there's still going to be frequency in them, right?
Yes.
There'll be a little bit. Yeah, you want to use them at their maximum. That's why we recommend that you change them every 3 days. And as your body utilizes the frequency, it pulls it off of the patch. That's how they go, the frequency goes away, is because your body is actually utilizing the frequency.
But there's so many different frequencies in them. There'll be frequencies that they won't use. So one of the things that we've been doing is putting them like under our dog bowls, or just in the kitchen to be around food, or in our plants, in potted plants in the house. I mean, Cher even healed a tree by putting patches on it. So, I mean, you've got to be creative with this.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you know, you're hearing all these stories and it is, and you feel them within 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. So they make it so easy to be able to share. This is a real tool to be sharing. If you know, are out and somebody's in pain, you can say, "Oh, I've got something that might help with that. Can I put a pain patch on you? And let me have your phone number. And this is good for 3 days. I'll call you in 3 days, see how you did." You know, if they're willing to give you a phone number, give them it. So it makes it so easy because somebody's got really dragging, they just have no energy, and you give them an energy patch. Or somebody is really stressed to the max because of some major trauma, and you give them a trauma. Makes it so easy to share. And I wanted to say that we're at the beginning of a very special week of sharing. And this is a week that we also have specials on the patches. Let me just say that right now. You know, normally the $6.98 package where you get 8 of the patches, an assortment, your choice. This until Thursday of this week, if you order that package, you get 10. You want
Wow.
10 at one time to play with? And they also have that special going on with the $3.59 package, where you would normally just get 4. And now this through Thursday, you'll get 5 of them. So get the special. These are for new first timers.
And you know,
So
it's an amazing deal. I mean, that costs out so well. It's such an amazing deal for, especially as you are a new person. You're wanting, you probably don't know which all to try, and now you get an extra couple of ones that you can try, or maybe you've tried them before. You know, it's a great, maybe you're getting extra, and maybe you can sample with those extra and keep the other 8 for yourself. So this is really a great deal. I just want to encourage everybody. If you've got people that are sitting on the fence, now's the time for them to jump on and get those extra patches. It's a great deal, great value.
well,
And one
I
thing I
want
wanted
you.
to add real quick to Kare's idea of sharing it was is that when you're talking to somebody, you want to have them evaluate where they are. So if you're going to share a pain patch, if they have like a really bad headache, you want to ask them on a scale of 0 to 10, what's your pain level? And then, like Kara suggested, you call them back in 3 days. You can ask them, okay, what's your pain level now? And it's just a way for them to evaluate it, and it'll prove to them that it actually worked.
And I just want to add on to that. Often when we are sampling the discs, we will get their number, and I'm calling them back in 30 minutes because I'm telling them that you're going to feel a little bit different. You're going to feel something in about 15
Absolutely.
minutes, but generally that's what people do. And so if you give me your number, I want to check back with you. And they're a little bit more, okay, yeah, well, what is this? So 3 days, they might have forgotten about me, but 30 minutes, I'm calling them back because they will have noticed that pain. I had a guy in a grocery store today that, "Hi, how you doing? I'm good. How are you?" "Oh, I'm really dragging." And I happened to have some energy pack. I gave him one. I called him back. He didn't answer. He was at work because he was at the grocery store working. But I still have his number because he wanted me to give him a call back. He gets off late tonight, so I'll have to check with him tomorrow. But I'm trying to call him back right away because I know he's feeling it. And he's being able to make it through the day. And I want to get his fresh interaction, his fresh testimony while he's feeling excited.
That's a good idea. I like that. Somebody's asking, what do you recommend for tinnitus or tinnitus, however you say that?
I would recommend the detox and cleanse, the pain and inflammation, the going viral.
And for mold.
The detox and cleanse and the I'd probably do the going viral and the pain and inflammation.
You might want to add the IRV 86 to that, to the mold one too.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
So
The going viral is just good for so many things, so many viruses like Epstein-Barr, mono, all your respiratory viruses, flu viruses, has fenbendazole, menbendazole, hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin. So there's just so many good frequencies in that one. Everybody could wear that one all day long, and the IRV 86. And I mean, you can make those 2-year staple and then just kind of pick and choose outside of those, and you'd really do yourself a lot of good.
awesome.
Pain and inflammation.
We are getting really close to the top of the hour. And what I was saying just a little bit earlier is this is the beginning of a very special week. And I wanted to bring Dr. James Pruitt on to explain what's actually going on this week. Is Dr. James around?
He is. He's going to magically appear.
All right.
He's getting closer.
All right.
I didn't move.
Thank you, Dr. Marcia.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
what an awesome broadcast.
one of my favorite people who are to listen to him talk all day long. He is so smooth and so heartfelt. But
I just want to thank everybody that's chimed in with their questions and their testimony. Kare, as usual, you've just been so perfectly weaving the whole thing to create a great broadcast. And I heard you all talking about the special that's going on. And, if you're hearing all these amazing feedback from others, I encourage you to get one of those packages, those value packs, and then keep some of those for yourself, but set some aside for sampling. We love to do it. We're like walking around listening and who's complaining about what. And we carry quite a bit of them around. And you can see here,
Carry that.
we don't
Oh
carry
my
this many, but we carry a ton of them, as you can see. So we're not skimping. We're just giving, sampling and, planting seeds. The more you give, the more you're able to bless people. So we love it. Kare, you mentioned this weekend. Let me tell you what we've got going on. This is truly exciting. If you're standing up, I recommend you sit down because this is amazing what's about to happen.
take your socks off because this will knock your socks off.
What we've done is we're hosting we're calling it Spring Alive 2025. It is a transformation marathon. And so the transformation marathon event starts Saturday. It starts with a transformation affiliate training at 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. And I'll be conducting that, and I'll be kind of walking people through the best way to maximize this event. And then following that, right after that, you have time to call your folks, get them on, and we're going to be featuring the one and only bioenergetic engineers. We're talking about Adam and Sally. They are just fantastic, and they're there every Saturday, by the way. They do a fantastic job. I just host and warm it up for them, and they take it away. They do a really good job. But then 2 hours later, there's another fantastic full overview with the full suite of all of these incredible products. And as a special treat, we're going to have a founder that's going to be there on every single broadcast. Then 2 hours later, another broadcast. 2 hours later, another broadcast. A different founder, a different set of presenters. And the theory here is this is an opportunity for you to start now with this particular broadcast tonight, getting people on like what's going on after this broadcast, three-way calls, introducing the people, sharing testimonies, and building for tomorrow's Masterclass, and then Thursday's Masterclass, so that you're gaining momentum each day. So imagine being on this transformation marathon, not just with 8 of your folks, but they've got 8 of their folks, who've got 8 of their folks, who've got 8 of their folks. Literally, this transformation marathon is an event where you can have people that join on the very first one, and they invite 3 or 4 folks, and they invite some more people to the next one. The next one, you can literally have people climbing up to national in an hour, climbing up to silver executive in the next hour, climbing. So I'm telling you, these are so much fun, these marathons, and they just income, blessing, transformations happening left, right, here, there. There's another transformations going on everywhere. This is an event you don't want to miss. So
Build your
whatever,
business in a day.
yes, whatever level you're on right now, just imagine where you could be by the end of this month. And a lot of work is going into this, and we're going to be working really, really hard to do all we can to share and spread the love about all of this platform to everybody you can invite. So however many people you're thinking about inviting, multiply it times 2, and then multiply that times 2, and then multiply that times 2. So whoever, don't just see this opportunity, but seize the opportunity. I'm so excited. I'm going to go break dance for a little while, but this is wonderful. I was kidding about the breakdancing part, but I'm pretty excited
Well,
about
shoot, I wanted to see that.
See him film that.
Yeah.
But that concept of presentation, 2 hours later, presentation, 2 hours later, presentation, 2 hours later, presentation, imagine what that can do for your group. Just imagine.
I mean, you can get somebody on the first presentation. Now, the very first thing, Dr. James is going to do a whole introduction on what to do today to make this work. The most exceptional way to do what to say to your people. But you can get somebody on that first call. They can get people on the second call, and the people that they got on can get. It's amazing how many people you could get signed up in a day. Seriously, if
And
you're just getting
Kare,
started, you could build your business in a day.
Kare, the brainchild, the enthusiasm behind it, believe it or not, was the Jerry Lewis telethon. Didn't I used to come on around
Yeah,
Memorial
Labor
Day?
yeah.
Day.
One of those holidays, yeah. And they would do so much by going on and on. So why not this? Yeah.
Well, I love it. And thank you for that was Dr. James's brilliance on this. And we want to invite you to that and invite you to bring your friends. This is going to be an exceptional event. And we've got 3 more minutes. So let's just go around, each one of us share something else. Everybody's got a minute here. Let's start with Sally.
Well, I just love hearing all the testimonials, and I think that it just empowers people to go out and share. If you don't have your own testimonial, then you can come here or look in some of the places that you have testimonials, and you can borrow somebody else's and say, hey, I know about this, and just go share them. And we all are loving, caring people that just want to go out, and we want to spread health and just work with people, and it just warms our hearts to hear how much benefit he's getting from the iPatches. And then when you can hear how it's setting so many people free with it's just really something that is just, it's what we live for, and we just love hearing all of this and being on these calls and being to connect with people. We just love it.
Well, Sally, we are just so happy and grateful to you and Adam to have brought this to us. And just, I mean, you've done an amazing job with these, because I've tried patches and nothing comes even close to what you've got here.
Well,
This is
thank you.
just exceptional. Adam, do you want to share something?
Sure. The NuXtrax, all their products and the patches. I mean, to me, there's a special combination. There's something special that happens when you use the spray, when you use the patches. That combination and the cream, the combination of all those. While all the frequencies are in the patch, there is something about all those products that just make it so special. And then you take the quality of people that are not only the sales leader on the sales side, but the quality of people that are that own and the founders that are running this country. I wish they were running the country. This company, um, it's literally amazing. And I just want to point something out, and then I'll get off my soapbox. Sally and I last week we had we had an emergency with our grandson. We were in need of prayers. We reached out to two of the founders and to Dr. James, and they immediately threw some prayers up. And I'm sure they got on the phone to their prayer chains, and we could just feel it. And that's something special. That goes beyond making money. That goes beyond owning a business. I mean, when you have somebody that'll stand up and just stand in that gap for you with the Lord. I mean, that's how special this company is. And that is, for Sally and I, it's two things. It's that we can stand with brothers and sisters in Christ. And the number two thing is we don't concentrate on the money. We concentrate on blessing people. We know from past experience, the more blessing that we do, the money will come. The money is the byproduct of the blessing. It's not the other way around. And if you think it's the other way around, then I would guess that you're not one of the ones that are in this business. So I would flip that around, and I would be a blessing, because my favorite quote is, "It's a blessing to be a blessing."
Amen.
Well said. Well said.
Amen. And Marcia, what would you like to share?
I would just say that, adjust your frequency, raise your vibration, attract more currency. That's what we're doing.
When you raise your frequency, you're raising your consciousness. And good Lord, we sure need more of that on the planet.
Yes, we do. And I want to thank Adam and Sally. Every time I've been on these broadcasts I learned so much. And I've been, we do them every Saturday. So I've heard them over and over again, and I still learn more stuff. And just thank you for bringing it to us. And thank you for the general explanation and being available to help all of us learn more. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I want to just
It is
say
our honor.
that I want everyone to know that you don't fully have to understand. I mean, we go over and flip the light switch on and the light comes on. Do you really know how that works? I don't. I just know when I flip it on, it comes on, right? When I get in my car, I turn it on and it starts to drive. Do I understand everything about the hydraulics, electrical, and the cooling system? No, I just know it's a car. I know how to drive it. Think about this. All of us know how to change the radio station in our car. Really, what you're doing, folks, is you're changing the frequency, and you hear something totally different. And all of us understand when you have a tuner and it's in between the stations, what do you hear? Static.
Static.
People are walking around in a state of static. And when you pop these on, these frequency discs, now they're aligning with they're on the right station for whatever their issue is. And I think that's a real blessing. But think global, because these discs are in 34 countries around the world. 34 countries. And I want to piggyback off of what you said, because we host Adam and Sally every week. And I learned just last week that the electronic chatter keeps away the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I need to put on like 10 of those things, man. In Texas, the mosquitoes.
You're just too sweet. By the way, somebody just asked, is this recorded? Yes, it is. And this will be put on my Kare's Wellness Spray community on Facebook. That's Kare's Wellness Spray community. All of my Tuesday nights go there. If you're not a member, you need to ask to join. And you need to go join with the name that you're in NuXtrax, because I only let people in that are already members.
And if by any chance, after this broadcast is over, and you've got a question about a particular disc, or what's in this, what does this help with? Will this help with this? Just go to healthydefenseglobal.com and click on products. And when you do so, find the particular disc you're talking about. When you click on that, you'll see the beautiful Kare, the beautiful Adam and Sally, and they'll tell you exactly what you're asking. They'll tell you in Taiwan, in Spanish, in German, in Italian, in
Russian.
Vietnamese, whatever. But the point of the matter is, if you didn't get something from this broadcast, that's where you can go and find out specifically about that, because we've captured them and recorded them, and the great Joshua has put it all together. So I just wanted to mention it, healthydefenseglobal.com.
And I want to just say one thing. We just found out that Ash Arditi has become a diamond platinum today. So, yoo-hoo!
Wow. That is
People
so
are ranking up like crazy because
ranking up
these
and ranking them.
products work. Everybody needs what we've got. And there's just so few of us, you know? And from newborn babies to people over 100 and every one of your pets, even your goldfish need these. So thank you, Sally and Adam and Dr. Marcia and Dr. James, for coming on and leading this amazing masterclass tonight. And for those of you that are wanting to do the Saturday, we'll be putting out some really good newsletters that will give you all the times and dates and everything. So blessings, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.
Bye. Get your patches. Get your patches.
I just put another one on. So I have 120% of pain and inflammation for my shoulder instead of here. I was only getting 80. Bye, everybody. Good night. Blessings.
Bye.
Bless
Bye.
somebody. Patch them up. Patch up their problems. Bye now.